Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you have already watched my last video where we set up our environment and got all the tools ready for building our very first AI model. If not, no problem. The link is in the description below and I highly recommend checking that out first. In that session, we installed Miniconda, created fresh AI environment, and added libraries like Jupyter, Pandas, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, and Keras. And we even tested everything inside Jupyter Notebook, didn't we? Today, we are going to build something exciting, our very first machine learning model. And the challenge we'll take on is a classic predicting house prices. Let's get started. So, from our first episode, we just brought all our libraries, our tools, installed Miniconda as we have gone through. So how did we go ahead with this? We just started Anaconda prompt, right? And then what did we do was we activated AI environment and we'll start our Jupyter notebook. Right. So we'll start our Jupyter notebook server by typing Jupyter notebook. Press enter and a new browser tab will automatically open. Here you go, right? So on the top right, you'll see a new button, right? You click on file, new, and then notebook. And then you have to select here the kernel, IPY kernel. So you just click there, and from this here, yes, select Python 3 IP kernel, select. That's it. This gives us the completely fresh, clean notebook to start our coding adventure. Now we can just rename the file as AI or first AI. Yeah, that's it, rename it. And as we started, we'll just start from where we left off. We'll type print, welcome to the world of AI. And remember, it's shift enter, right? Okay. So next, what are we going to do is we are going to bring the tools and our libraries. Think of this as special toolkit full of functions that other smart people built for us. We'll be using three main ones today. Okay. So first one is what we'll do is we'll import pandas. So pandas, is our data hero. I want to think as Panda as a super smart Excel or Google Sheet inside Python. It's brilliant at handling data in tables, which is exactly what we need for our house data. Remember what we're doing right now? We are doing some house price prediction modeling. So that is the purpose. And for that, what we are doing is we are creating a model. And here we have used Pandas, which is a smart Excel. Just think of it, right? Next, what we'll be doing is we'll be importing some libraries. So that we installed scikit-learn in the last episode. So from there, what we are doing is we are installing or taking the library train, test, and split. So what does it exactly do? So train, it is exactly the two groups. Okay, it's splitting two groups, train and test. So we've used one group to teach a model and the other to test it. So it's like if I'm giving some data for testing, the moment we use the data, we teach them, we'll come through some commands how we teach them about some specific patterns. And once we teach it, we have to understand did it follow it properly by testing it. So there are two groups, train and test. So this makes sure our model isn't just memorizing the answers, it is getting understanding the behavior, and based on that it is giving the output. Okay. And then the next library is from sklearn, that is linear regression. Yeah, okay, sorry. So it is linear regression. What exactly is linear regression? It is actually a prediction model. It's a machine learning algorithm that finds the best straight line to fit our data, showing the relationship between house features and the price. Remember what we are doing, we are just fixing or predicting a house price, and then we are just using shift plus enter. We are creating a table. So remember we did panda. So from panda we are getting this feature of creating a table. So this table we are creating in Python, and it is having some columns, right? Columns and rows. So based on that, we are just telling it to create a data. And here we are not we'll just make small data set of Indian houses. We'll give each house a number of bedrooms, size in square feet, and price in lakhs. Okay, so the bedrooms are 2, 3, 4 BHK bedrooms with different square feet sizes of thousand. So this is a random numbers which I've selected and I've entered it. And then there is the price lakhs in lakhs, right? So you see that there is another column which has the values of different prices. Now, the moment we move down, what we see is there is something called as DF. So we just used pandas to turn the data into a neat table called data frame. So this is a data frame table which is using this data variable, okay, into DF. So DF is storing the data frame which we have created through data. Got it? So this is what our model is going to learn from. Now the next thing, what we are going to do is, remember how we talked about teaching and testing. So this is where we do it. We would need to tell our model that what our inputs are and what our outputs is. So that is exactly the training thing. So this X DF, from the previous one, it is taking the values bedrooms and size square feet. So this is X is the input. That's the input data. And the bedroom, so what we are entering is bedroom and size. Okay. And then there we have Y. What is Y? Y is our output, the price we are trying to predict. So that is the output, right? In relax. So now what we are doing is we are training it. So what we are doing is we are splitting this data. So what it does is train underscore test underscore split function then magically divides everything up for us. Now we have a training set and a testing set. Okay, so we have a training set and a testing set to understand that it is capturing all the values. Okay, so this is the big moment. We are going to tell our linear regression model to get to work. Now we'll be bringing linear regression model here. Based on these trainings, it will do some regression predictions. Okay, so what I've done is I've done model regression. So there are a lot of other models as well. We'll come to that. So here it is linear regression, and then we are using model fit. The first line creates a model, okay, and then the next line, the second line, that is model dot fit, is the command to train it, to train the model. Okay, the model is now analyzing all the training data we gave it and learning the relationship between bedrooms, size, and price, how they are interconnected. Okay, you see how they are interconnected. You might see this box pop up when you run the cell linear regression. So don't worry, it is just that it's all the parameters what are being used in linear regression. So these are the parameters. Fit intercept true just mean the model will circulate a starting point for its line. It's a peek under the hood, and it's good to know these are set automatically for us. Okay, all right, so our model has studied up. Let's give it some kind of a quiz. Okay, we'll create a new imaginary house. So we don't have that here in this data set. So what we are going to do is we'll be creating a new data, and we will be looking for, say, 3 bedroom house with 2000 square feet, and ask our model to predict this price. Okay, 3 bedroom with 2000. So do you see that here in the upper one? So there's no 3 BHK with 2000 square feet. So I'm just trying to figure it out that what will be the price. So for that, I'm using this command here, and there it is, the predicted price. The moment I'm using this data frame, I'm using the columns, bedrooms and size, and then I have a predict new data. So based on the model which it has learned and the linear regression which has been done, what it will do is it should give me some amount. It should throw us some amount in lakhs. So after we have entered all this, I just want to print based on the model prediction what exactly is the value. So what I'll do is I'll just use shift plus enter, and I should be getting the price by this learning. You don't have that value over there. So based on this, let us see what it gives. Okay, so predicted price in lakhs is 122.5 lakhs. Congrats, you just built your first AI model to predict house prices. Now, your challenge, instead of linear regression, try replacing it with decision trees or random forests, and add a location column to see if predictions improve. Drop your results in the comment below. I'd love to see what you discover. And hey, if you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. More powerful AI sessions are coming up next. Bye for now.